you sure?
Sheriff, that spur there is Doc Lester's. He's the one who killed Major White.
Are you willing to back your story up in front of a judge?
The Lester family always wanted to take over his property, Sheriff, and you know it.
It's a new invention. Clever, ain't it? I sure do like clever people.
What are you getting at?
Nothing. Just this is a handy gadget. Especially for people like me. It's more used to reaching for a gun than a match. No, Bert. That's evidence. I better keep it.
All right, Sheriff.
Let go of me! What do you think you're doing? Let go of me!
Be a good little boy. Show the doctor your tongue. We're ready. I'll bet he could hardly wait to tell the judge everything. Take him away. It's too bad. He fell off his horse and hurt himself. Throw him out.
Get an early spring down here.
Yes, ma'am. Are you from up north?
Yes, Montana.
Ah, I know Montana well. You going far, young lady?
Just to Owl Rock to be with my father. He's the government mining agent.
I see. Then your father's Colonel Pearson.
Mm-hmm.
Hey there, buddy. Oh. Hey, my horse stepped in a gopher hole and I had to shoot the critter. You mind giving me a lift as far as Owl Rock? Howdy.
Good day.
Excuse me, ma'am. Am I glad you all come along? Been walking for miles now. See, my horse broke his leg.
Yeah! Yeah!
Yep. Plumb near broke my heart, too, poor beast. That horse and me, we've been good friends for years now. Matter of fact, he was probably the best friend I ever had. Hey, you a fiddler?
Now and then.
Shucks, why? That ain't nothing to be ashamed of. Right, ma'am? Like my old granny used to say, music had charms to soothe the savage beast.
Yeah, yeah!
I imagine it's been a long time since you've been home, Mr. White.
Oh, yes, that's right. It's been more than 15 years.
Where's your family?
Oh, I only have one sister, one whom I hardly know. Actually, not at all.
Driver.
Right.
Are you Miss Elizabeth Pearson?
Why, yes, I am.
My name is Captain Mason. I've been sent by Colonel Benson, a friend of your father's. I have orders to escort you to Owl Rock. I'm afraid this road can be very dangerous. We have a horse and a buggy for you, miss. I think you'll find it's a lot more comfortable than the coach. Corporal, get Miss Pearson's luggage.
Thank you.
Goodbye, Miss Pearson. It's been a pleasure traveling with you.
I'm sure we'll meet again.
I certainly hope so. I'm looking forward.
Sorry, miss. I think we ought to get going.
Tell me, Captain, how's Lieutenant Morgan? He's a friend of mine.
Lieutenant Morgan? Oh, he's very well. If you tell me your name, I'll give him your regard.
You sure about him being all right?
Why, of course. I saw him the other day.
You know, that's funny. He died about 6 months ago.
Oh, he did.
Ah! It's a trap. Get in.
Find another driver.
You run into trouble?
Over here.
We were attacked by outlaws dressed like soldiers. May I help you, miss?
Howdy, John. How come you're so late? There you are. You been worried? Elizabeth.
Oh, Father. Oh, Father, it's so good to see
Darling,
you.
it's really great to have you home again.
Father, this is Lawrence White.
Well, it could end it worse,
and this
huh?
is Mr. Harry Boyd, who saved us all from the bandits.
Howdy.
Lawrence White, glad to know you.
Thank you, sir.
Major White's son?
Yes, sir.
And I'm very happy to meet you. I was a good friend of your father's. He and I fought together down in Mexico. I look forward to seeing you as a guest in my house.
Thank you, sir. I'd be delighted to come and see you.
Good.
Will you excuse me?
Did you say that your name was Boyd?
That's right. Harry Boyd.
From where?
From Colorado.
Is it your intention to settle down near here?
Well, I might stay a while. I don't know.
Because I don't think you'll find it very easy to get work.
Well, I must say with my kind of work, I've never really found much trouble.
I hope you find something. Good day. I don't know as I like that Harry Boyd fella, daughter. He's the kind of adventurer I'd like to see run out of town.
You may be right, Father, but he saved us from the bandits.
Sure. Still, I can't consider that as an excuse for his insolence.
Lawrence!
Jane, darling.
Welcome back.
My little sister's grown up.
It's good to see you, Lawrence.
Father Regan.
Welcome home,
Thanks
son.
very much for looking after
Nice to have
Jane.
you back with us. See you soon.
Thank you.
I hardly know you. You look so different.
But when I left, you were a child. Now you're a woman, and a very lovely one.
You're teasing.
No, I'm not. No, it's really true. You're a beautiful girl.
Here's your violin,
Thanks.
Mr. White.
Now, Mr. Boyd, I'd like you to meet my sister. Mr. Boyd was a
Howdy.
very useful traveling companion.
Well, you'll have to call on us now and then.
Well, that'd mean listening to your brother playing the fiddle for me. No, I'm afraid not, thanks. I'm afraid not.
Come on.
What's up, Sheriff?
Well, I talked to all the passengers. Lawrence White is a coward. He never shot once during the whole fight. All he did is sit back and watch.
Seems you'd rather be a live rabbit than be a dead lion, huh?
And the other one?
He's different. I think he's a professional killer. He finished off every one of them guys we sent to kidnap the girl. They told me he never missed a shot.
What's his name?
Harry Boyd. He's from Colorado. But I got a feeling I've seen that face of his somewhere before. Trouble is, I can't remember where.
Too bad. For a sheriff, you got a short memory.
With all the wanted men that are around here on the loose, I may forget a face every now and again. But sooner or later, I'm going to remember. And it won't be a pleasant day for that there Harry Boyd if I do.
Never mind Boyd. That Lawrence White is the one we've got to be careful of. We mustn't let him out of our sight. Watch out. He can be dangerous.
Ah, don't worry. Lawrence White can't make any trouble for us, Doctor. As for Mr. Harry Boyd, he may find life is a little difficult here at Owl Rock.
Now watch carefully when I place the cards on the table. Is that the ace? Yes, it is, and the gentleman wins $1. 1, 2, 3, put your money on the ace. Oh, I'm sorry, sir. Sorry. House wins again. Try again. Better luck next time. Yes, no more, sir. The money? Yes, sir. Thank you. Right here. Thank you. Now we'll try again in a minute. Thank you very much, sir. Put the money here. Yes. Right there, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you. Right here, sir. Yes, the money. Thank you very much, sir. That's it.
That's all right. Hey, let's go. What are you doing?
Excuse me, gentlemen. Thank you.
Tell you, I saw him with my own eyes.
Now you're blind. What's the matter with you?
The nerve of that guy. Hey, young fella, you want to shave?
Nope, the gals like me better this way.
Ah.
Howdy. You have any chawing tobacco? Hey! You have any chawing tobacco, please? Yeah. Kentucky chaw.
That's 20 cents.
How much?
20.
Over here it says 10 cents. What's the matter? Can't you read, friend?
Stranger, are you looking for trouble?
I'm just looking for chawing tobacco. At 10 cents. What do you say we talk to the business, huh? Huh? Now, see this? How much does it cost?
20.
How much?
No, 10 cents. 10 cents.
That's the way I like
10
it.
cents.
And besides, Kentucky Joe ain't even worth 10 cents. Key for 18 in my saddlebag.
Yeah. There you are, sir.
Excuse me, but there must be some mistake. This is number 18.
Hear that, Brad? The man says this is number 18.
He must be able to read. I guess he's a real smart boy. I bet you read number 18 on the door, didn't you?
Guess you'll have to find yourself another room, if you can.
Yeah, they must have made the mistake downstairs then. Well, just go down. Tell the man that. Now, number 18 ain't occupied no more.
Here, these are Father's guns, Lawrence. They're yours now. This is the shirt he was wearing. And this is the bullet that killed him. He wasn't shot by rustlers like they tried to make out. And it wasn't Pablo Rodriguez, the Mexican, who murdered him. Doc Lester did it.
Jane, be reasonable. Maybe it wasn't Pablo Rodriguez who killed Dad. But why put the blame on Doc Lester? Maybe it wasn't him at all.
Do you want proof? I'm really surprised at you. The Lesters cut out Bert's tongue so he couldn't testify. Rodriguez wouldn't have done that. It wasn't him. The Lesters needed water, a lot of water, for the herds on their ranch. Bert knew how much they needed it.
Oh. But why do you think that would give them a reason to want to kill Dad?
Because of the river. It was too small for both herds, theirs and ours. The Lesters told Father their cattle were thirsty, so they wanted to deviate the river into a canal. For us, it would have meant ruin. If we don't have enough running water for the cattle, this land is worthless. So when Father didn't agree, they shot him. Then we took the Lesters to court for killing him. Here's what the witnesses said at their trial. All false.
Why? Why did they shoot him? The law might have given them their canal.
Don't forget our silver mine they were using. And Lawrence...
There was nothing wrong with that. Dad rented the mine to them.
Yes, he rented it. You know he'd never have sold it. Only the night he was shot, all the documents relating to the mine disappeared. And somehow the Lesters got Judge Warren to register their names as owners of the mine.
And if what you say is true, the Lesters are so rich they'll never have to work again.
That's right. Only they're clever. They keep on working, so that no one can guess what's really going on. They're slowly taking over all the property in the county.
All right. I'll go along with you. I'll try to get a new trial and reopen the case.
By now, their tracks are covered. A new trial is no good. You have to kill Doc Lester.
I can't do that. Nobody can take the law into his own hands, no matter what happens. The law is fair, and I believe I can get justice through it.
When the judge helps the Lesters, I'd fight for my land. And I'd be glad to avenge the death of my father.
Howdy. Hey, I think I figured out what it is you're trying to do. You have to knock them balls in the holes using the white one and one of them sticks. That right?
Yeah, that's right. Care for a lesson?
Oh, I don't need one. This game looks like it's pretty easy to me.
Don't worry, it ain't all that easy. I don't expect much from beginners, just $300 a lesson.
$300, eh? What happens if I win?
And I'll pay you $300.
Wait, what are we waiting for?
Good. Now, you got it straight? $300, 24 points, right?
All right.
Now, you keep the score, and you keep it good, do you hear?
There you are.
Which ball do I start with?
Start with number 1. But before you begin, put your $300 in that pocket there.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Go ahead.
Oh.
Not bad.
How many points?
You get 4 for that one.
Good.
3, 1, it's 4.
Mark up another 4.
Yep.
Have you heard the news, Judge? Larry White is in town.
The sheriff told me today when I was at your place. You think I'd forgotten?
You might have. It could happen.
And he could make trouble for us.
Don't let it worry you. We'll take good care of you. Anyhow, you're probably going to die from whiskey before anybody can shoot you.
8 more points. Bum, 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 bum. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Sure, too.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And another 1, 2, 3. I've won.
Now, you hold on a minute. You got to make 8 more points, boy.
Oh, yeah? Why's that?
The game is 24, and you've only got 16. The way I calculate it, you got to get 8 more points before you win.
Well, now, let's see. 16 plus the 8 your friend forgot to mark up makes 24, so I win.
You afraid of him, Mac?
Who, me?
Oh, no, you don't. Get back there.
Come on, Rosie, let's go upstairs.
Hey, I'd like to talk to you, fella. Maybe I got some work for you. Beginning tomorrow. Would have been better for you if you got shot like the others. We ain't got no room around here for fools. You got 2 hours to get out of this territory. And make sure you don't ever come back.
Oh.
Doc, listen! I just heard in Owl Rock that Colonel Pearson wants to investigate how he tried to kidnap his daughter. And that ain't all. He told the sheriff he's going to help Lawrence White win his case against us for the water rights.
What did you kill him for?
Because this never would have happened if that brainless idiot had kidnapped the girl like he was supposed to. Come on, let's go.
Morning, Mr. White.
Good morning, Mr. Boyd.
Oh. You in a bad mood this morning?
No, I'm in a hurry. I'm sorry.
Not in that much of a hurry that you can't have a drink with an old friend. Come on.
Not now, thank you.
Hey, mister.
Hmm?
Hey, see that lady over there? She wants to talk to you.
To me?
Yes, that's what she said. That one there.
Thanks.
Good morning.
Good morning, Miss Elizabeth.
Still in Owl Rock?
Guess you could kind of say that.
Glad to hear it. Would you like to see me home?
Well, I really don't know if I should. I don't think your father took to me too much.
You mustn't mind my father. He's always like that with people he doesn't know. Do come.
Yeah. And you all. How you getting along down here? You and your father?
Oh, not too badly. I like living here. The people are so kind.
Yeah.
What's Mr. White been doing? Have you seen him again?
Well, I've seen him a couple of times, but we really don't have very much to say to each other. See, he's sort of... Well, he's an educated man. Well, I haven't had much schooling.
Schooling isn't all that counts.
You know, I'm kind of glad I met you. Yeah, yeah. Hey. Oh. There. Pretty house you got here.
Yes, it is nice, but it isn't finished yet.
Well, here are your packages.
Why, aren't you coming in?
Oh, I really don't think I'd better.
That's not very kind of you. You shouldn't refuse a lady's invitation.
Well,
Please, do come in.
all right.
Father! Daddy! Oh, Daddy! Oh! They've killed him! He's dead! No!
My sister and I want to know the truth about my father's death, Sheriff.
There was a complete investigation and trial when it happened. No trace of the murderer was found, except for the bullet that killed your father. The rifle it came from was owned by Pablo Rodriguez.
So you think what happened to Bert was an accident?
Lawrence, what has that got to do with the fact that Pablo Rodriguez killed your father?
At any rate, we're not satisfied with the results. And I think since you were a friend of my father's, you should be more than willing to help us.
I'm your friend too, Lawrence. That's why I'm telling you. Just forget the whole thing. Why can't I convince you that there's no reason to start another search? Besides, who would you look for? Rodriguez? He's safe in Mexico. Lawrence, take my advice. Try and forget about it. Don't make trouble.
No, Sheriff. I can't take your advice. I've got to see this thing through to the finish. I'm going to get to the bottom of it and find out the right answers.
Lawrence, I've already warned you. Stay out of it.
I'm sorry. That's out of the question. Goodbye, Sheriff. Tell me, Sheriff, what about you? What's your opinion about the death of my father?
I'm not allowed an opinion. I just follow instructions.
Well, Mr. White. How about you and me having a drink together, huh?
No, thanks. I'm afraid I don't have time. Anyway, I don't feel much like it.
Did you hurt yourself, sir? Oh, your nice suit's all dirty. Here's your hat, sir. Got new hat for him? Anybody? He's got a orange color.
What's the matter with you? Smile.
It was you who forced me to come here. What is there to smile about?
You're paying off your father's debt, honey. You made your choice, haven't you? Tonight you stay with me. Unless you want to see him in jail. You wouldn't want that.
No.
One thing's for sure, it was someone he knew.
Funny. The sheriff didn't seem the kind you could take by surprise.
Well, there's no point in worrying over a dead sheriff. Besides, I never did trust him much. Looks like what we need now is a new sheriff. Mike, wake up Judge Warren. We're going to do everything nice and legal.
I don't get it.
Let me handle it. Evening, Judge. You know Harry Boyd. Well, he's our new sheriff.
Howdy, Judge. Sit down.
Come here. I, Robert Warren, District Judge at Owl Rock, appoint you to the office of sheriff, and may God help you. That means you've officially got the job now, son.
You know what it means to be the sheriff of Owl Rock?
Well, that means I follow your orders, huh? Gentlemen, the first act of your new sheriff is offer you all a drink on me.
Come on, Judge.
Eddie, why aren't you coming with us?
No, maybe it don't bother any of you, the sheriff's death. But I think there's a killer loose in Owl Rock.
Well, personally, I like it. It's time we had some fun around here.
It's nothing at all. Absolutely nothing at all. Just don't you worry about it.
What about the pain?
It's nothing to fuss over. Just a rheumatic twinge, a good sweat, and then you'll feel like
most visitors here?
What do you mean?
Just that everybody who comes to Owl Rock seems to have something happen to them sooner or later. Isn't that right, Doctor?
Listen, Mr. White, why don't you tell me the real reason for your visit?
Do you happen to know a man by the name of Bert?
Bert?
Bert Johnson. Think about it for a minute. I think you'll remember it.
I don't think so. No. Wait a moment. Johnson, of course. What a fool I am. He was the man
whose tongue was cut out.
Just a moment. I can't permit you to say stupid things like that, son. That man was injured in a fall from a horse.
A rather uncommon accident, wouldn't you say?
Uncommon? Yes, but not impossible. Besides, I was called in to take care of him after the accident, and I did all that was medically possible for him.
Who called you?
It was a long time ago. Besides, I forget unimportant details like who called me. What counted was to reach him quickly before he bled to death.
Yes, you got to him fast. I'm sure poor Bert won't forget that, as long as he lives.
Do I have to wait any longer?
Come right in. I'll be with you in a minute. Goodbye, Mr. White. I hope you won't need to come back again.
I hope so, too, Doctor.
Hello, Elizabeth.
Yes, Sheriff?
I only wanted to tell you that I'm very sorry. And if there's anything at all that I can do,
You can leave me alone, Sheriff.
I don't understand.
Then I'll try to be more clear. You're sheriff now, aren't you? Well, then go and arrest the murderers of my father. They're going to kill Lawrence White now if they can. Or aren't you interested in murderers?
To arrest the murderers of your father, I have to know who they are first.
Well, I'll tell you who they are then.
It doesn't matter whom you suspect. I have to have proof. As for Lawrence White, I'd say he's big enough to know if it's too dangerous for him here. Anyway, that's his worry, isn't it?
Who'd take care of his sister, meanwhile? The sheriff?
That gal would be difficult to take care of, I'm afraid, since she's only bent on avenging her father's death.
When I first met you, I felt a strong distaste for you. But I tried hard to overcome it.
It seems to me you succeeded very well.
I refused to believe the story that you were working with the Lesters. Then they made you sheriff. And now your attitude convinces me that the story wasn't just idle gossip. You're nothing but a criminal, and I'm glad I can tell you so to your face.
Elizabeth.
If you touch me again, I'll kill you. One more thing. You've got 24 hours to do something about the men who killed my father. Otherwise, I'll call in the federal authorities. Let's go. Pete!
Pete, have you seen Mr. Lawrence?
Yeah, he's gone to his room, miss.
Oh, thanks very much.
I, the undersigned, do freely admit that the Lester brothers forced me to operate on Bert Johnson, and that I gave false evidence about the murder of Major White. There. Here it is. But remember the deal. I'm to have 24 hours to get out of town.
Good morning.
Good morning, Mr. White. Is there something I can do for you?
I'd like to sell my holdings in Owl Rock and buy land in the east. Only it's been such a long time since I left here that I don't remember what I have.
Well, Mr. White, I'd be glad to let you have a look at the title register for your property. Property titles. Let's see now, White. White. I'd like to give you a hand, but I have a great deal of work that I must get done. My predecessor, Mr. Gilbert, you know, didn't keep the books in very good order. In 3 years, I haven't managed to sort everything out. Mr. White needs your desk.
Thank you.
There you are, Mr. White.
Find something interesting, White?
Maybe. Oh, thank you. I was able to find what I was looking for. Goodbye.
Good day, sir.
Oh, by the way, you said your predecessor's name was Gilbert, didn't you?
Yes, that's right.
Thank you. Are you Mrs. Gilbert?
Yes,
I'm Lawrence White. Where can I find your husband?
that's where you'll find him. That's his grave. My husband, he was shot down
And when did this happen?
3 months ago. Somebody was hiding in those rocks up there. He was expecting you'd come sooner or later. He left you a note.
Up with your hands, White. Now get moving.
I'm sorry, Mr. White, but, this is what they pay me for.
Mr. White, please forgive me. But they said they were going to torture me. They made me bring you here.
Somebody murdered the sheriff. And the old doctor. And I'm sure we all know that somebody I'm talking about.
You better prove for sure that he's the one.
You sound like you're trying to tell me how to handle this business. Proof, huh? Proof. Who else had any reason to see them two murdered? What do you think?
One thing's certain. All this began when he got into town. This here White. Now that we got him, I say we make him confess.
And if he didn't do it?
Maybe he'll tell us the truth. If we put the questions right. We need someone who's good at asking questions. I bet I know who's the right man. How about it, huh, boy?
You pay, the sheriff obeys. Only thing, I'd be kind of careful if I were you.
What's the matter, afraid?
Me? All I can lose is my hide. But you men can lose everything. Of course, that ain't none of my business, is it?
Good for you, Sheriff. So Duck was right after all. He thought you were up to something. Now, boy, you're going to tell us the whole story, ain't you? We'd like to know just how long you've been a friend of this Lawrence White, huh, boy? We'll just leave a little brand so we know who you work for.
Harry.
I tried to see that they didn't hurt him too badly.
Thanks for trying. The main thing is having him here.
Excuse me. It's nice to have a sister back again.
But it's even nicer to have a fiancé back again.
I think, Harry, we'd better go. We don't have very much time. Come on.
Stay where you are.
Bertie Nolan. Don't you recognize me anymore? I'm Lawrence. Lawrence White.
Hey, Lawrence. I really didn't know who you were. It's been a long time since I saw you. We had to hide up here in the mountains to escape the Lester brothers and the sheriff. They told me you were in town, so I went down to see you. But the man they pointed out to me as Lawrence White was him there.
Well, him there is Harry Jeffries, a federal lawyer from Washington, and an old friend of mine. He's reopening the case against the Lesters for us.
How are you?
Nice to meet you.
Still, I'm confused about...
How Harry became me?
Yeah.
It was Harry's idea. You see, he warned me that if I came here as Lawrence White, bent on avenging my father's death, the Lesters would have killed me for sure. So he suggested that it would be a good idea if he took over my role, playing Lawrence White a little cowardly. And that way we could put the Lesters off guard and give me a chance to get all the evidence we need to incriminate them.
Lawrence hasn't been home for 15 years, and nobody in town would ever know him. So we thought we could pull it off.
I warned Harry to expect the worst, because I knew it'd be kind of risky for him.
With my friendship for Lawrence and my love for Jane, I'd take any risk at all.
By the way, where is Jane?
We left her with her friends, the Smiths. Oh, incidentally, I got hold of Doc Lester's spur and a signed confession from the doctor that he cut out poor old Bert's tongue. But I still need a couple of court documents from Judge Warren.
There is one way in which you can get old Judge Warren to help you, son. That would be if you were to speak to Pablo Rodriguez. He's the Mexican who was supposed by the sheriff to have shot your father and crossed the frontier to Santa Cruz. Why don't we go find out what he knows, huh?
Thanks, but as long as I can, I'm going to try and do it myself.
I don't know who you are, senor, but you must never point the gun at General Pablo Rodriguez. Get out of here. Everyone.
My name is Lawrence White. You may remember my father, James White.
Excuse me, I have to finish my bath. I believe in cleanliness. I make a habit to capture this town once every year because here is the biggest bathtub in Mexico.
It's all right by me. I have all the time in the world. Except maybe you don't.
I know why you are here. But I did not kill your father. You can believe Pablo Rodriguez. I was accused without any reason, and I wrote a letter to Judge Warren to explain everything.
That letter wasn't among the evidence at the court trial. Tell these muchachos here to move on.
Bueno. I didn't call for you. This hombre is mi amigo. Get out! And close the door after you. You are very smart, amigo. And I'm always happy to meet anybody smart like me. You shoot first, you speak later. I like her, you know? You see this rifle here? In the whole North America, there is only 2 people have weapons the same as this, and the other is Doc Lester. I stole Doc, the one he has, and the price was a girl.
Wonder who got the better of that deal.
Not me, I tell you. You see, Doc kept the gun, and the girl was so difficult that we were out. Her name is Helen. She stay here in Mexico. She has never forgive Doug Lester and me for trading women like horse. There is nothing better for the memory than to hate. Helen could tell you what really happened to your father.
Where is Helen?
These gentlemen want to talk with Helen. You two will show the house. Adios, amigo.
Get out.
Who do you think you are? You get out of here.
Maybe you've already heard my name. Lawrence White. You know, Pablo Rodriguez told me about how you were traded to him for his rifle. Well?
He's crazy.
When did it happen? And why did you accept?
That's none of your business. Get out of here.
There must have been some very important reason why you would allow yourself to be sold to Pablo Rodriguez.
Leave that alone. Give it to me.
I think that explains it.
Who is it? The office is closed. I can't open it. What do you want?
I've just come back from Santa Cruz. I had a long talk with a fellow named Rodriguez. I want the truth, Warren. I want to see Doc Lester hung by his neck.
I don't know anything. I swear it. I only sent the trial record to the Tucson court. Wait. Here you are. Here are the papers. Nothing missing. I'm not mixed up in this. Go to the court in Tucson. Don't come to me.
Let's forget all that. Look, when I was down in Santa Cruz, I met a girl. Pretty girl. Pretty despite the fact that she's been forced to make her living in hotel rooms. Her name is Helen.
Helen?
Mm-hmm.
You're lying.
No.
It's not true. You're wrong.
She was sold to Rodriguez for a rifle. And the only reason that she went with him was to save your skin, because she knew that if she didn't, your life wouldn't be worth a plug nickel. Now it's up to you to save her. Judge Warren, it isn't too late to save her, believe me. Look, she's still young. She can still make something of her life. And I'll help her get out of there if you'll help me. You understand me? One hand washes the other. Now, what do you say? Look, your daughter sold herself to save your skin. Now, be a man for once in your life.
What can I do?
I want you to reopen the case against the Lesters. Well? I'll keep my promise. You'll be hearing from me.
This is for Lawrence White, Father. If I don't return for it, if anything happens to me, will you give it to him personally, please?
I will. But you're tired. Why don't you rest a while?
No, I have no time to rest. Will you do as I ask?
I promise.
Thanks, Father. Now I've done my share. It was a bargain made with Lawrence White.
Here comes the judge, heading this way.
Let's give him the kind of a welcome he deserves.
We sure will. We're going to treat him just like a judge. Like a real judge. And I don't want any of you to move unless I tell you to. You know, Judge, I can hardly remember your last visit. It's an honor to have you with us.
This is the last time that you'll try to make a fool of me. I can promise you.
Here, get a drink for the judge. I guess your throat's kind of dry, eh, Judge?
Never mind. I'm not drinking.
Well, I'll be darned. This sure is a night for surprises. If you didn't come here for our whiskey, what do you want then, Judge? What brings you here anyway?
To tell you, I'm reopening the case.
What do you mean? You're reopening what case?
I mean the case of the murder of Lawrence White's father. Accusing you and your sons.
Leave him alone.
You're going to stand trial.
What made you decide, Warren? I'm sure surprised that you finally had the courage to do something about it. And I'm real happy that we're going to get this stupid accusation settled at last. Reopen the case any time you want to. The only trouble I see, and you'd better think about it, is that you're going to have difficulty making a court case without any witnesses to support the prosecution. Or maybe I'm wrong. Who are your witnesses, Warren?
Lawrence and Jane White will speak for the court.
Yes, well, from what I hear, you're Mr. White and his friend who pretended to be White. It looks like they slipped out of town. No one knows where they are. And I don't think Lawrence will be coming back to town to act as witness.
That's my problem. It's not yours, Lester. When he knows what I intend doing, then he'll show up.
And when will that be?
The day after tomorrow. Just enough time to get Lawrence and Jane here.
Well, good luck, Judge. We'll all be real happy to see the Whites again at Owl Rock. We'll be waiting for them. Waiting with open arms. All right, boys. You know what you got to do. Well, go on.
I don't want any part of this. I want to leave Owl Rock. And I won't come back until this is all over with.
Don't cut the horses loose till the coach has enough momentum. The boys are all ready, Lawrence. There's not much point waiting any longer.
Good. Just don't forget one thing. The Lesters are mine.
I won't forget it. Don't you worry.
Okay.
Whites are coming! They're coming!
They made fools of us. Take a look. These are dummies.
Listen to me, Lawrence White. You killed two of my sons. Come out in the open if you got any guts.
Stay back.
Don't anyone fire. This one's for me. I'll kill that jackass.
Well, families make the best target practice, I always say. Yeah, and that barrel, there's your brother, Jerry. And that's Jack. But don't let it bother you. They're already dead. You thinking of using that gun again? Well, it appears you're not very good at counting, are you, Doc? Those you shot at me, 1 over there, and 3 over here, make 6. Check me if I'm right. And And now, start walking. I believe Judge Warren's waiting for you, Doc. That gun's empty, Doc. I shot 6 times, too. But take a look. Hey, Doc, see this pistol? It's mine. Now watch. Didn't your father ever teach you how to count? You're angry, huh? Well, you shouldn't have believed me when I told you my gun was empty. Hey, Bert. Here. Take him to Judge Warren. And if he makes one false move, you just blow his head off. Before you get any ideas, Doc, just check your arithmetic. There's 1 bullet left. Now get going. So you're running off and leaving me all alone, huh? Well, now, you won't forget to write to me, will you?
I guess you'll feel lonely, won't you, dear?
I'll have a lot of work. You see, I've decided to stay on as sheriff.
Are you quite sure you don't want to change your mind, Lawrence, and come with us?
My old grandfather used to say to me, 3's a crowd. Jane, come here. Bless you. Well, so long for now. Well, goodbye, Harry. Take care of her, will you?
Don't worry, Lawrence. I will.
All right.
So long.
And don't forget to write.
Here I am. I've come to give myself up.
Oh? What was the crime?
I'm afraid I didn't believe in the sheriff.
Well, that deserves a stiff sentence.
Life?
Mm-hmm.
It's never late, I decide to begin from this day. Who can be happier than understand me.